Falling into Sukhasana, lying on your back, palms rolled open to the ceiling, eyes closed, bite soft. Start to turn your attention to your breath. No need to change your breath in any way at this point. Just pay attention. Watch it as it moves in and out of your body. And as you start to settle into the focus of your breath moving through your body, feel free to use this visualization. Think about your breath moving through your body as though you're drawing it in from the soles of your feet, through your legs, your hips, your spine. As though like a tree draws nutrients from the earth and then draws it out into all of its branches and leaves. That breath breaks open through the low back and moves through your trunk, your arms, your head. On each exhale, that breath moves out of you like a breeze through the leaves of that tree. And with that visualization, you will probably find that you take deeper breaths. Good. As your mind starts to settle on this movement of inhale and exhale, and all other busyness starts to drop into the background like white noise. Set your intention for this class, a beautiful balance of strength and ease, allowing this breath to be at the root of every movement, to flow through and feed every movement. And that exhale to remind you, vairagya, to just let go when it's done. Maintaining attention on breath as we start to layer movement onto your practice. Squeeze your hands into fists, curl the toes into points, and then exhale, extend those fingers out, spread the toes wide. And just do that a couple of times, bringing some extra flex and flow into the feet and hands. Rock your head side to side. And then on your next inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Take that big full-bodied stretch like you would upon waking. If you're bumping into stuff behind you, you can grab opposite elbows and reach out of those. Another breath or two. Toes point, legs strong, spine stretch, arms reach. One more. Oh, and let that go. Take one knee up into your chest, followed by the other one, so you can reach those knees. Cup your kneecaps with your hands. Hook your thumbs together if you like. And then extend your arms out to straight. Let your legs go totally quiet. No engagement, no activity, just let them hang. Feel your thigh bones heavy into the hip sockets. Feel that breath easily fill the hollow of your low back. Air filling the lungs from the low back ribs, sweeping around the front, filling mid and higher ribs through the back and then the chest. Like you would fill a glass of water. Good. Over your next few breaths, start to let go of your knees, bring your arms down to your sides, and lift your shins up parallel to the floor. Knees are stacked right over the hips. Good. And you can just do a check on that shin position. Flex your toes back as though you want to bring them towards your knees. Good. And when you look over your knees, don't lift your head. Just if you can look over your knees and see your toes, your shins are just a little bit too high. Just sink your heels till those toes disappear. Yeah, there you go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then you can let go of those feet. Holding here for 4. Feel that simple, beautiful hollow of the low back with no need to push that part of the body into the floor. Feel the low ribs heavy. And that Uddiyana Bandha, that space between the low hip bones at the front of the belly there, nice and strong. Good. On your next exhale, when you get there, exhale and extend your right leg straight out, almost all the way to the floor. You can even tap your heel or your calf. And then inhale, come back to that starting shape. Exhale to switch sides. Left leg extends out and comes back. Beautiful. Keep going, alternating to exhale and extend. And inhale to come back. Nice. Your focus is on that movement of breath through feet, legs, hips, core, arms. Exhaling to release any unnecessary tension. And then watch that low back stays perfectly still. If you think about coordinating the movement of your leg extending out and lowering with the intention to curl the tip of the tailbone to point ever more upward. So the lower the leg goes, the more the tailbone wants to curl up. You will find that the low belly, that Uddiyana Bandha, is a little more stable. Just a couple more per side. Nice. The next time you extend and then bring back your left leg, you are done. Hold. Lovely. Good. Plant your feet on the floor. Heels under the knees if you can get them there. Set your feet hip width apart. Awesome. Wrap your hands around the outer edges of your hips. Grab hold of the outer sides of your butt. Feel those glute muscles. And you can sink your fingertips fairly deeply into that glute muscle so you can use this tactile feedback to tell that muscle to turn on. As you exhale, squeeze, 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 squeeze the glutes nice and tight. And as you inhale, just relax that muscle. Good. Use your fingers to just help cue the muscle to turn on. So kind of poking at the muscle as it flexes on and off. As you exhale, squeezing it ever tighter. And as you inhale, letting that go. Good, good, good. Don't be surprised if that's a little tricky. No problem. Just keep working on it. You should be able to get this muscle to turn on and off without moving any bones in your body. So the tailbone doesn't curl, the low back doesn't flatten, the hips don't lift. Awesome. For your last breath here, flick, 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 flick. Squeeze the glute muscle on and off really quick. Prime it, prime it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Exhale, squeeze the glutes on, keep them on, and then inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Just take it as high as you can without bugging your knees or your back. Feel free if you're tactile, that you want to keep those hands on your glutes to keep priming or cueing that muscle to stay on, to keep checking that it's working for you. You've got your hands there to help you out with it. You'll be surprised if you have gluteal amnesia how quickly those glutes want to turn off, so keep checking. Good. Feel free to stay here. Gorgeous builder for the back strength of the body through hamstrings, glutes, low back. If you want to add a little bit of dynamic movement here as you inhale, almost put your hips back down on the floor. And then exhale, press those hips back up. Good. Inhale. And press up. Nice. Let's do one more. Fantastic. Set your hips back down on the floor. Take those knees up towards your chest. Good. Rock yourself up to seated. Beautiful. Set your legs out in front of you. Keep a nice, strong, straight, neutral spine. See if you can get the legs out to straight. I did deadlifts yesterday. My hamstrings are like, what? Okay, if putting the legs out straight makes you round out in the back, then bend your knees or take the legs a little wider, no problem. On your inhale, reach your arms out shoulder height. Okay, now, really reach. Like if your core weren't engaged to hold you in place, you would actually pull yourself forward. Reach. Feel the shoulder blades spread. Feel the shoulders want to roll forward. Watch if there's tension and that shoulder starts to come up to the ear. Just quiet that down. But reach, 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 reach. Keep that action. Reach and start to come up. Reach and start to come up. Like your fingertips are just a millimeter away from what they're trying to get a hold of. Reach and come up. Maybe even bring the arms back a little bit behind the ears. Reach and come up. Reach, 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 reach. For 3, sit a little harder into the floor. 2, reach. 1, good. Keep this intensity through the body. Keep this integrity through the body. Bend at the elbow, hinge at the shoulders and bring your fingertips back down. Press your fingertips into the floor until your shoulder blades can squeeze together and the heart can lift. Spine is nice and tall, like the rest of your body is reaching up. Fingertips are pressing into the floor, shoulder blades squeezing. Lift your right heel as high as you can get it without rounding in your back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, switch. Left heel up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, rest. Beautiful, let that go. Plant your hands behind you, about a foot back or so from your hips, fingers aiming at the front edge of your mat. If you've got pretty bendy elbows, turn your fingers out to the side a little bit, just like 45 degrees. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Nice, okay. Push your hands into the floor like you're pressing them back behind you. Turn that tricep on. Get the elbow to come straight. If that causes any pain in the elbow, bend it again. All right, elbows are nice and straight. Triceps are on at the back of the arm. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your ribs like you're doing cobra pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your ribs. And with elbows nice and strong, hold this shape and bring your hips up off the floor for 5, 4. Shoulder blades squeeze. Elbows are nice and strong. Last 1. Oh, good, have a seat. Nice work. Sweep your feet behind you. Settle down on your toes. Make fists as though you're holding onto about 10 pounds of weight or so, like you're picking up a couple of grocery bags. Glue the inner wrists together, and then just keep the wrists in constant contact. Roll to the outside of the wrist, to the back of the wrist, inner wrist, and underside. Go ahead, go the other direction. Snap, crackle, pop. Keep those fists nice and tight. Oh, good, and then just shake it out a little. Do the Kylie Minogue. Okay, tense your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Set your knees underneath your hips. Take a moment to notice how cute my pants are, too. Right? They're super cute. I don't know what they are. I got them at Andy's. I don't trust the seams yet, though. I'm used to Lulu. So every time I do something extreme, I'm like, these are still together? Okay, we're fine. Okay, tense your fingertips on the mat like you're holding an orange underneath the palm of your hand, or if you have big hands, maybe a grapefruit. As soon as your finger joints start to feel like they're going to fatigue, just plant the full hand on the floor, no problem. You can come in and out of this hand position through the entire tabletop series. Let's move through cat-cow. As you exhale, belly lifts up into the back. The back lifts up to the sky. Your whole back body spreads open. The whole front body grows just a little stronger to support it. Relax the back of your neck. Let your head be heavy. Shake it like you're saying no a couple times. Spread the shoulder blades apart. Push your fingers into the floor a little. Good, and then switch. Again, there's no end point here. Just feel the whole spine sink in towards the front of your body. You can even sag into the shoulder blades a little bit to give them a break. Chin lengthens forward, tip of the tailbone comes up. Curl the tip of the tailbone up a little stronger. And then just go in between those two. Just feel the spine move. Feel your breath feed this movement running through the spine and ribs and belly. Take the breath that feels most natural to your body. It's a little easier to do the inhale with cow, so you can really press the belly spread. It's a little easier to do the exhale on the cat part because you're kind of contracting through the belly. Let's do one more. Oh, fantastic. Sit your toes together. Sit your knees as wide apart as you like. To come into child pose, walking the hands forward, and feel free to do a few more of those little Kylie Minogues through the hands, especially if you were tenting the fingers. Just keep those joints well lubricated in the hand. Awesome. One more breath here. Fantastic. Come back up onto hands and knees. Tent the fingertips if you like. Or plant the full hand if you like. Pipe roll, as though you're rolling your torso along the inside of a large pipe. We'll start in cow shape, so sink your belly towards the base of that pipe. And then keeping the elbows fairly straight so the motion happens in your torso. Start to sweep those ribs out to the right shoulder and hip will spread a little bit. All the way up, gentle. This motion can be fairly big as long as you go slowly and gently with it and sweep out to the left. It's a beautiful release for the lateral parts of the body. Do that hoop one more time. Good. The next time your belly sweeps towards the floor, just go the other direction a couple of times. And then sit back into child. There's no rush. Whenever your belly sweeps towards the floor again, settle back over your heels, walk the hands forward.